In this section, we're going to map a network drive. The first thing we want to do is select the drive that we're going to share, right-click, go to Share With, Advanced Settings, and then Advanced Sharing. We're going to go to Permissions, Add, Advanced. We're going to go to Find Now and scroll down until we find Everyone. Once we have everyone selected, we're going to say OK, and then OK again. Make sure that the full control box is checked, and then press Apply. This will usually take some time, considering this is a 3 terabyte drive, but I've already set it up. Then press OK and Apply to exit from the screen. As you can see, I've set up some particular folders. One that has all of my Maya files and source images, one that has audio files, and one that has pictures, to make sure that all the files necessary for rendering are available on the network. Next, I'm going to go to the node, and as you can see, I've changed the number of the hard drive to hard drive 1 instead of local hard drive. This will become more important once we get into After Effects. I'm going to go to PC, right-click, go up to Map Network Drive. As you can see, it has Drive Z selected. Then I'm going to go to Browse and go to the Workstation under the network and click Drive E, which is the drive that we just selected to share. And then I'm going to click Finish. As you can see, now our network drive is available to the network on our network node. We now have access to all the files that we'll need to do a network render. We want to map the network drive on the workstation as well. I've already done it here, Drive Z. If we go to our render node and we look at the network drive that we mapped, we'll see that it's also location Z. The reason that we want to do this, if you open it up and go to the Maya folder under the Projects and Documents folder, this is the default project location for all of the jobs that we'll be using with Backburner. And if I open the window, you'll notice that the path is this PC Drive Z folder Maya Project Default. Now if we go back to the workstation and we go to the network drive that's been mapped, you'll see that if we go to Maya Projects Default, that it falls under the E folder, and the Backburner will reflect Drive E instead of Drive Z. But if we go to the secondary map drive and go to Maya Projects Default, we'll notice that the drive location and the project location are exactly the same on the render node as they are in the workstation. Next, we want to go to the command prompt and type ipconfig. As you can see, we have our ISP address set up, but we don't have a DNS gateway or a default gateway set up. So we're going to go down to Network, Open Sharing Center, change adapter settings, and open up our NIC1. We're going to go down to Internet Protocol 4 and Properties. We're going to enter the default gateway, which is 192.168.0 and is usually number 1. Then we're going to use the Google preferred DNS IP address, which is 8.8.8.8 and 8844, and enter these into the preferred DNS server. Then press OK and close. We're going to go to NIC number 2 and follow the same configuration, going to IP4 Properties, except this time we're going to enter the default gateway 192.168.2, since both NICs can't use the same default gateway. The DNS server address is going to be the same for all Google servers. It will give you a warning, but you can just disregard it. Now, if we go to the command prompt and type ipconfig again, you'll notice that now we have the default gateway, and that it's different for each of our NICs. If we go back to our sharing center and check to see that we're on a private network, then we'll go down to our network nodes and go through the same process again. Selecting the team for node 11, under the change adapter settings and team 11, we'll go to properties, go down to IPv4, properties again, and we'll enter the default address of 192.168.0.1. Since they're on a separate computer, they can use the same default gateway. Again, we'll enter the Google default DNS server address. And then we're going to want to go through and update every single one of our nodes on the microcloud. By going to search and typing command, we can open up the command prompt and verify our changes. While Mental Ray Satellite is fairly forgiving in networking, Backburner is not. You want to open up the Network and Sharing Center and check to see if you have an identified or unidentified network. Then you want to go to the search and type gpedit.msc and open up the applet that you see. Then we're going to go to Windows Settings, Security Settings, and Network List Manager Policies. That's Windows Settings, Security Settings, Network List Manager Policies. Under that folder, you'll find an icon that says Unidentified Networks. We're going to change the location type from Not Configured to Public and hit Apply. Then hit OK. Now, if we check, we'll see that our unidentified network is described as a public network. Next, we're going to go to the Change Adapter settings, right-click on our NIC, go to Properties, scroll down to IPv4, and click Install. We're going to click Protocol, Add, and then select Reliable Multicast Protocol, and click OK. This will install the Reliable Multicast Protocol. If you go back to the IPv4 and click Install and go to Protocol, you'll see that Reliable Multicast Protocol is gone. It cannot be installed twice. Once we've completed this process, we want to duplicate it on each one of our render nodes.